Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a review of Conan Battle for the Serpent Crown number 5 from Marvel Comics. And if you've seen my previous videos on this series, yeah, my opinion of this miniseries has not gotten any better. Just to recap, it has okay covers, great interior art, but the story just isn't there. It's a story about Conan in modern day times. It's a spin-off of Savage Avengers, but I don't think it really ties into it particularly strongly. Conan's in Las Vegas. He gets mixed up in something and has to go across the world to get artifacts to eventually get the Serpent Crown. And so the last couple issues he went to Wakanda, but didn't get to see any of Wakanda and just fought Black Panther for no reason in a cave until the villain came in and took the artifact they were fighting over. And then the exact same thing happened with Atlantis and Namor. And now, for the final issue, this has been kind of flat, uninteresting, plot-driven, mediocre stuff up until now, just, reliant on a lot of old, silly superhero tropes. But this, I feel like, actually dips down into the bad territory. And so I can't really describe that to you without telling you what happened in the story. So this review will contain spoilers for the final issue. But, if you want to stop it now and not have it spoiled, just keep in mind, I don't really recommend this for the story, but if you're just looking for a Conan comic, really good artwork, and you don't really care about the story, this is a good miniseries to pick up, but otherwise, I just don't recommend it. All right, so let's start with the cover. It's okay. I mean, it's pretty decent. I don't know. Mephisto is kind of hard to make him look menacing, and this artist tries, but I don't think they succeed. There are much, much better renderings of Mephisto inside, and, with all the covers, I feel like the interior artist would have done them much, much better. And the interior art is great throughout this miniseries. Luke Ross is a great artist, but unfortunately, I feel like his talent was wasted on this story. So let's talk about the story. So the covers imply that there's going to be some kind of big confrontation between Mephisto and Conan over the Serpent Crown. Not really. So what actually happens is it's just 4 pages of dialogue, and it's just Mephisto. He's actually trapped in a hotel in Las Vegas for some reason. Doesn't really explain it in this story, but he needs the Serpent Crown to get out. He offers to send Conan back to his own time in exchange for the Serpent Crown. Conan says no. Mephisto's like, oh well, I'm just not getting out. And that's it. That's the end of his 4-page sequence. So what happens is he instead fights this evil businessman who was working with Mephisto called Imus Champion, who has the Serpent Crown. So Imus has the Serpent Crown, which is a very powerful mystical artifact that allows him to channel the power of Set. Sounds interesting, right? He also has this thing called the Serpent Staff, I think that's what the staff was called, that allows him to control the crown without being influenced by Set, because normally you'd be possessed or something if you used the Serpent Crown. Unfortunately, it also overwhelms him with power, so he can't control the power of the Serpent Crown. Even though he's not possessed by Set, he is overwhelmed, so he ends up in a fist fight with Conan. This is the final battle. This is Conan fighting a guy in a business suit. And then when he tries to put on the crown again, he's overwhelmed by it, tries to take it off, and Conan shoves it back down on his head, and get this, get ready for this, guys, keeps it down on his head until he explodes. And if you're thinking oh my God, he exploded with Conan right there, he's going to be killed or maimed. Don't worry about it, he's fine. I'm not sure how that's even possible, Maybe it's like Power Rangers, you know, when they morph, sometimes there's an explosion behind them that doesn't hurt anything. Maybe the Serpent Crown was tapped into the morphing grid or something. I don't know. They speculate maybe it didn't kill Imus and instead teleported him away, because I guess that's what explosions do. And it ends with Conan partying in Las Vegas. This is a Conan comic, guys. This is a comic book with Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian in it. I have no words. So if I had to sum this up in one word, it would be, or in one sentence, it would be, why the hell does this exist? I mean, maybe this will appeal to people who want to see Conan interact with modern day Marvel characters, but even then, I just don't feel like it was very well done. I don't get it. I don't understand why this exists. The artwork is great, the story is not. And I've really just been scratching my head at this whole relaunch of Conan at Marvel since they've got the rights back to do the comics. It's just underwhelming to me. I mean, there's some good stuff in there, but overall, I'm just underwhelmed, and I don't think I'm the only one, because sales aren't that good on the spinoffs. Savage Sword was canceled. Age of Conan, they stopped those miniseries. They did try to do a Dark Agnes series, but the third issue of that still hasn't been solicited, and it's been umpteen months, and I don't know if they're ever going to even finish that miniseries. So for right now, the main title, Conan the Barbarian, is it. That's the only title that I've seen solicited for the future with the name Conan on it. Now, he will also continue to appear in Savage Avengers, but of course that's an Avengers title. I did try issue 13 of Conan the Barbarian to see if the new creative team piqued my interest, and it really didn't. It was an old issue, you know, from before COVID. So I didn't review it when I picked it up, but, you know, if you guys want to see me do a video on that, let me know. I'll be happy to, but it just didn't impress me enough to pick it up. So I don't know when the next time I'll do a Conan review from Marvel. We'll just see if they put out anything else. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this will let them kind of regroup and, you know, figure out how to more effectively put out Conan comics. Here's hoping. All right, guys. But I do have, you know, plenty of other videos. I'm doing Masters of the Universe reviews. I'm doing reviews of Edgar Rice Burroughs comics from American mythologies. So, you know, I've still got plenty of other videos to do. So like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, let's just hope Conan doesn't fight any more exploding businessmen. See ya.